how to make being single the most magnetic phase in your life. Most of us, when we are single, especially as women, I believe we dread this period. Quite frankly, we hate it. We don't want to be single. Not many people do. And we rush through this period. Maybe we jump from one relationship to another because the idea of being single freaking sucks. However, this period doesn't have to be a period where we're searching for someone to come and complete us, to come and make us happy. This can be a transformative period if you learn to make it where you become your most magnetic self. Become the beautiful woman, create a life for yourself that you are flourishing in. Where you don't have to chase, where you start attracting things into your life. Because trust me, it can. And it's a shame that many people rush through this period and don't cherish it. And in this video, I want to share with you 5 ways that you can become your most magnetic self if you find yourself in a period of being single. I hope that this video can help you in some form of way and you find some value in it. Let's get straight into it. Point number 1, the first thing, if you find yourself single and you're not happy about this, I want you to use this period to go inwards. What do I mean by that? I mean, so often, many of us have been taught that our happiness lies in external things, outside of ourself. So this is where we end up searching for that partner, desperately trying to find someone to complete us because we believe that we are half complete. And then we're always walking around looking for that missing person. Is it him? Is it him? Is it her? You know, this is why we feel lost. We feel empty because we've been brainwashed to believe that we are incomplete. When you find yourself single, this is the time to go inwards, to create a relationship with yourself. Because the truth is, the person who we're going to spend the most time with in our entire life is not going to be our partner, family. It's going to be you. It's going to be every single one of us. And if we can learn to build that relationship with ourselves, you become the master of your own life. Number 1, learn to start working on your self-development, to grow. This is a time to go down that journey of figuring out who you are. So often, many of us rush to be in a relationship and we don't even know who we are, our own identity, because it's easily done when we get into a relationship. You know, we end up liking what the other person likes, taking on their hobbies, their interests, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's how we grow and evolve. We learn from others, but there's a risk. Sometimes if we're not careful and we don't catch ourselves, we can lose ourselves in a relationship. We can lose our identity. You know, slowly, some of the things that we used to once enjoy doing, they're chipping away. You know, we take on things that our partner wants to do. And as women, I think that we love too much. We give too much. And we need to learn that who we are as individual is important. Knowing thyself, knowing who you are. This is about going down that journey of self-discovery, finding out what you like, what you don't like, without the influence of other people or a partner. This is a time to do it. You don't have anyone to answer to. What kind of food do you like? It can start as basic as that. Some of us, because we want to please someone, we may show them that we're into the same things as them. I know I've done that in the past. Guilty. I get it. So when we're single, this is when we learn to know who we are. This is when you get to discover your values, the things that are important to you. And why is this important? It's important because then you won't merge yourself to become someone who you are not. This is when you'll be self-assured and confident in who you are as a woman. And then you would know what kind of people you want in your life. This is what makes you magnetic, because we love people who are self-assured, who know who they are, who are authentic. They're not trying to be someone who they are not. They're not trying to force themselves to please other people. That's freaking sexy. A woman who knows who she is, what she wants, what she doesn't want. This is how she creates standards. This is how she doesn't allow people to mistreat her. This is the foundation for everything, knowing who you are. Number 2, how to become your most magnetic self if you find yourself single during this period is to freaking go and do the things that you want to do. Stop waiting for a partner. How many of us tell ourselves that I'm going to do all these things once I find a boyfriend or a partner, once I get married, once I'm in a relationship, I can go and travel. We do it all the time. This is the time to do it anyway, not waiting for Prince Charming to come and save you. Reality check, he's not coming. I know that might be a bit harsh to hear, but it's the truth. If someone does come, it should be an addition to our life, the joy that they bring. We cannot be dependent and reliant that someone is going to come and rescue us from our situation and wait, twiddling our fingers for someone to come and take us out of our misery. It's not fair on someone else to do that. So how to become your most magnetic self is to freaking go and do all the things that you want to do. What do you want to do? Don't hold yourself back. Limit yourself, thinking that you have to wait. What will make you magnetic is when you go do it anyway. We love to see women who are go-getters when they're single. You know what? The truth is, this is when you can be laser focused. You don't have to worry about someone's dinner. You don't have to compromise your time. This is your time. You're free. Use it. Use it. Get laser focused with all the things that you want to do. Travel. Go to a nice restaurant that you're waiting for a partner to take you out. Go and take yourself out. Treat yourself. We don't do that enough as women. We learn to love others and pour our heart and soul into others, but we find it really hard to take care of our own self. But this relationship, this relationship that we have with ourselves, it sets the foundation for everything out there and the way people are going to treat you. So don't wait for a partner. Go do it. Whatever you want to do, not having a partner is not an excuse. I'm not having it. The next point, how to become your most magnetic self. Point number 3 is do some inner work and healing. This is the time to start reflecting on the things that were not working out for you in the past. I think many of us are guilty when things don't go the way we want them to. If a relationship didn't work out with a specific person, it's easy for us to blame other people. I've done it before. But what's going to really help is if we can look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what role have I played to contribute to this situation? If you keep attracting the same toxic guys, treating you the same bad way, we need to ask ourselves, what am I doing? How am I playing a part to keep attracting these types of guys? It can be hard to do that because we don't want to take the blame, nobody does. It's easy to put the blame on others, he's the bad guy. But that's not how we grow. And we're going to keep on attracting the same people if we don't reflect and question, what am I doing? What can I change to stop attracting the same BS people into my life? So, for example, if you keep attracting unavailable guys who are emotionally not available, perhaps you have a specific attachment style that you need to learn about. Maybe you've got an anxious attachment style where you keep attracting guys who are avoidant. Maybe sometimes we can get too intimate with a guy too soon, early on in the dating phases where we've not got to know him properly. And then before we know it, we're too attached to this guy to let him go. And we keep accepting him. We keep accepting his mistreatment because we like him and it's hard to let go. These are the types of questions that we need to ask ourselves. What role am I playing where I keep attracting the same people? What can I change? How can I grow? Because this is how we move on. This is how we put a stop to the same patterns in our past. When we are awake and accept our mistakes, that's how we can learn and move forward and open ourselves up to new people who are more compatible with us. This is how you become magnetic, because you will, again, know yourself more. You will know the mistakes that you've made. You're not blaming and you're taking ownership. And you will be more confident in your choices in the future. The next point, how to become your most magnetic self during this period of being single. Point number 4 is to build a life where you are freaking excited about, where you wake up and you feel joyful about. We find people who are living their best life. I know it sounds a bit cliche. Let's rephrase that. We love people who have a zest for life, attractive. Being around people where they're Debbie Downers and, they're doom and gloom. They're not really doing much. It takes our energy, like energy vampires. But when we're around people who are doing things, moving forward, who are exploring new things, passions, hobbies, this is what makes a woman magnetic. How do you become magnetic? Get some hobbies. Create a life for yourself that you are in love with, where you are excited to wake up and do the things that you want to do. If you have watched my previous videos, you know how I feel about this subject, because this is actually the fundamental thing that makes a woman attractive, when she is doing things, when she is engaged in her hobbies and passions. This is a time to do things with your friends and families. Live your best life. There's no one holding you back. This is when you will become a magnet, because you're not dependent on someone else to come and create a beautiful life for you. You are already living a life that you are happy with, doing the things that make you feel content and joyful. And someone will see that. People will see that. And we all want to be a part of someone's life where it feels exciting, where it's inspirational, and that's how you become magnetic. The next point, how to make being single the best stage in your life where you become your most magnetic self, is learn to create rituals where you cherish and honor yourself, where you learn to become more balanced and at peace with who you are, mastering your emotions. One thing that is so sexy that we find in people is those people who are composed and calm. They give this peaceful aura about them where even if they're triggered, they always seem to be composed. Sometimes we think that it's the loudest person in the room that's the most confident. I don't think so. In my opinion, it's the person who's calm and composed, especially during difficult situations. That is a sign of strength, and that is freaking attractive. And if we can learn to master that as women during this period of being single, where we're not always dependent on a partner to make us feel good emotionally, if we can learn to be independent on us, be independent ourselves, and learn to master our emotions, this is what's going to make you freaking magnetic. This is superpower, learning to control one's emotion. It means you understand that a lot of the reasons why people react is a reflection of themselves, and not being reactive is a skill that we can all develop. And one way to do that is by creating a relationship with ourselves. It means creating rituals where it helps us to be more in harmony with ourselves, be more at peace with who we are. This could be morning rituals where you don't have any distractions, no phones, where you sit with yourself. Some people meditate. I don't do that personally, but I do spend time with a cup of tea in the morning, writing with my own thoughts. Honestly, this has helped me to stay calm in many different situations. I have seen the transition from who I was before I did these habits compared to how I am developing now and how I deal with different situations. It could be where you create an evening ritual, having a long hot bath with candles. For everyone, something different. I often find when we move our body, it's a way to get out of our head and into our body. It could be sensual movements that helps us feel more balanced, releases tension. When you learn to master your emotions and you're not reliant on other people, you will appear more attractive. It means you'll be less needy, desperate for someone else to come and fill in this void that you have. You become more self-reliant, and therefore you'll be very careful and selective about who you surround yourself with. You'll realize that your peace, your environment is something that you want to treasure, something that you value. And as a result of this, you become magnetic because you become very selective about who you spend your time with. Being magnetic, it's not about relationship status, being someone who's interesting, who's beautiful as a woman. It's not about what relationship status you have. It's actually about the relationship you've created, cultivated with yourself. I hope these 5 suggestions can help you in some form of way. If you find yourself single, I hope you can use this time in a good way, in an amazing way, because it really can be. Let me know your thoughts if you can resonate with anything that I've said in this video. I would love to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. I'm sending you my love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.